Answering interview questions. It seems simple, doesn't it? You walk in, you give honest answers. That's it, right? But it isn't as simple as that, isn't as easy as that. If our interview nerves have anything to say about it, it is certainly not. And I have conducted over 10,000 interviews, and let me tell you, it really isn't that simple. So how do you actually do it? How do you actually answer interview questions? And how do you know if what you're doing is even the right thing to do, what they want you to do? It can be very frustrating. So stay tuned because I am going to do this long overdue training. And I'm going to tell you all the secrets that I know as a career coach and ex-recruiter talent acquisition specialist. So stay tuned and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, my name is Sarah Curto, and I am a career coach, certified career and leadership coach who helps people find their dream jobs and get their next promotions where they work less, make more money, and finally feel fulfilled and happy doing work that they love. My goal in life is to inspire as many people to realize that their career happiness is so vital to their overall happiness. And I do this obviously on this channel and in my career coaching work, but I'm also wearing my storyteller shirt because I also do it through, romance novels. So I am a romance novelist, a budding one, and I recently have launched my own romance author channel. So you can find that over there if you're interested at all in the type of novels that I write on that channel. I am sort of like having people go through the process of deciding between traditional and self-publishing. I wrote 2 books in 2023, so now it's kind of time to decide what to do with them while I also think about my 3rd and 4th book for this year. I'm querying agents. I'm kind of bringing people along on the journey. I am also, I love where people sort of give me or I figure out some random either things or people, and then I have to write a story in 15 minutes or like a snippet of a story in 15 minutes. So I'm also sharing those on that YouTube channel. And if it's not of interest to you, then just stay here, because here is where I help job seekers, people who want to grow and develop their careers, people who want to change their careers or pivot their careers into a different industry or slightly different role. This is where I help them do it with a new training video every single week. And so hit subscribe so you don't miss a single one. And recently I was kind of auditing my videos and seeing what was missing. And I was like a little shocked with myself that this most basic of skills, the answering of interview questions, was not a video that I have done yet. Like I've tackled how to answer specific questions, but not like interview questions as a whole. Like, come on. So I am doing this long overdue one. And I can't wait to get into it because I've interviewed, as I said, a lot of people. So I know what works and what doesn't work. But wait a second. Let me back it up. Here is what an interviewer needs to get at the end. They need to walk away from that interview feeling like you can do the job, but they also need to walk away with the feeling that they know you and that they like you, especially a hiring manager. They're going to be like working with you. So how do you do that in one simple answer? Get them to know you, like you, and trust you that you can do the job. You tell stories. A story is a great way to build chemistry and build a relationship. And I want you to think about when you're with your friends and your family and you probably aren't giving them information in bullet points. Like, let's be honest, you're telling stories. And by telling stories in an interview, what you're doing is like, you right off the bat relaxing the atmosphere, and it can begin to feel like a gathering of friends, of coworkers, like you already work with these people, which is a great atmosphere to create. So we really can lean on these stories to help us with that chemistry and relationship. But stories are also an incredible way to leave the interviewer confident that you can do the job, because a story kind of about, if we focus on stories about how you have performed, the wins and accomplishments that you've had, or how you go about specific tasks or processes, it kind of leaves them with an understanding of who you are and what you did, even if you miss a small detail. Now, here's the thing, we have those people in our lives who, their stories are all over the place. They ramble, they talk too long. And in an interview, the interviewer, just like you with that person, is fighting a sigh or looking at their watch. So we do need to have some structure to our stories. We don't want them to be this never ending, we do want to story tell. You see what I did there? I specifically wore this one for a reason. Okay, so my favorite way to structure an interview is, an interview answer, is with the following acronym: background, action, result. Okay, there are tons of acronyms out there, and I literally don't care which one you use, but choose an acronym. And I'm going to make a pitch for why I like this one, because it's super easy to remember. But pick an acronym but use it to structure. But this is why I like the background, action, result. Simple. You're more likely to remember every single one, because people tend to forget one or two of these steps. So it's harder when it's just three. Okay, so background is the background. It is the purpose of the story, the problem you were solving, the project you were working on. It's what your role was. It's who you're working with. It's if there was technology that you used, or if there was a budget, or it's those little key details that really, kind of lend the way to the next. Now, don't focus too much time. I've seen people get so lost in the background that then they forget the A, and we don't want that. We just want to give the relevant details so that the actions and result make sense. So the background. Then we have the actions, and this is actually the most commonly missed one. You would think it was the result, but oftentimes people will do a long background and then end it with a quick result, skipping the actions. And this is happening to you if you're getting feedback of, I just don't know if you are hands-on enough, or if you have the experience necessary, even though you've done this thing over and over again. Chances are it's because you're missing the actions. And these are all of the things that you did to go from that background to the result. How you executed the project, how you solved the problem, how you managed a difficult individual, how you recovered from making a mistake. These are all of the actions that sort of go in between. And our tendency might want to be to bullet point these section, but you want to weave them in the story. So we're not just telling them the specific actions, we're telling a story that highlights those actions. And then we have the R, the result. This is what happened. Was the problem solved? Did you save the day? Did the person get performance managed properly? What was the result? Qualify it and or quantify it. You hear a lot that you should be quantifying things. Not everything can be quantified, and that's okay. But you can qualify. Was it done on time and under budget? Was something improved or boosted or reduced, decreased? That's qualifying the results. So qualifying it as best as possible. So background, action, result. It is easier than you think. And no matter what type of question, I want you to think about it as what kind of story can you tell? It's so much easier to go into an interview knowing you're just going to be showing them what you can do. And really, this sort of structure, it it accomplishes what we needed it to accomplish. If we're going to bring it back to the beginning, the interviewer then knows what you're talking about. They know what you did, and they know about how you made a difference, which allows them to trust that you can do the job, know you as a person, and like you. And that is what works. It's a great, structured storyteller. Now let me know in the comments below what acronym you like to use and why. Because again, I literally don't care. Just use an acronym. And if you like this video, hit like. And to make sure you don't miss next week's video, hit that subscribe button. I will see you next week with another training. Take care. Have a great one. Bye. If you liked this video, then I invite you to join me in the Find Your Dream Job program, where you work less, make more money, and finally feel fulfilled doing work that you love. Find out more at www.sarahcurto.ca/CYLA. See you there.